Why does the friend zone exist?
For losers who are meant to be there.
Are you guys in a relationship?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
You say yeah, you say no.
We are not in a relationship, no.
Would you say he's in the friend zone?
Yes, I do have a boyfriend.
Oh, you do have a
Yes,
boyfriend?
not him.
Men, can you really ever tell when a woman wants to, or is actually, using you? What are some of the things you would be looking out for?
Hello.
Hi, is this Michelle?
Yes, this is she.
Michelle, how are you? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, what is that?
Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning. What are you? What is a Jubal? The radio show?
Oh, okay. What can I do for you?
So you've heard our show before?
I have heard of it.
Oh, you've heard of it. Nice. Okay, that's
That
fine.
works
You
for
know
us.
what? It's better actually to just have heard of us than to have actually heard the show. So you're doing well.
It's more enjoyable that way.
I'm calling you because one of our listeners, someone who does listen to the show, actually wanted us to get a hold of you.
That's kind of weird. But okay.
You recently went out on a date with him.
Oh.
Have you been out on a lot of dates recently, or do you think you know who I'm talking about?
No, not a lot. Just one.
Was his name Jack?
Oh my God. Yes, it was with a guy named Jack.
All right. Well, Jack emailed us because he wanted us to call you. He's wondering why you're not answering any of his text messages or phone calls, because he would love to see you again. He did tell us about the way that you met, and I thought it was pretty awkward that he contacted you while you're trying to interview for a job at his company or whatever. But he said he enjoyed your time together and really wanted to see you again. So he asked if we'd call you and see if we could get you on the phone and find out why you don't want to go out with Jack again.
I don't know if I'm comfortable talking about this.
He basically wants to know. So if it's embarrassing for you and you don't want to talk about it, okay, I still would like to know, but that's fine. I understand. But if it's something that is embarrassing about him, he's willing to hear the answer.
I mean, he's fine, I guess. But
Yes.
That's a good sell.
well, it wasn't even like that. Like the job that I was interviewing for the day that I met him, I really want.
Right.
And I thought it would be, I don't know, I guess I thought of it more like a prudent networking kind of thing rather than.
Okay. So you were like, I'll make a good connection at the office. Hopefully maybe he can put in a good word for me. I can get the job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And, I was sort of using it as an opportunity to kind of suss out, where I stood with the company. He didn't really give me any details, but, the one thing that I did get out of him was that he'd seen my resume and that a lot of really qualified people had applied and just sort of implied, he didn't say, but he kind of implied that, I wasn't qualified, which, I mean, it offended me, honestly.
Yeah. That's kind of rude to say to somebody.
But it's
I saw
also
your resume, but you really don't match up to the other candidates. I'm sorry to let you down here, but I'll buy you a drink if that'll help.
Michelle, are you sure he just wasn't nervous and maybe mentioned that because he didn't really want to talk about work and you were bringing it up?
Maybe, but honestly, I just was like, well, okay, if this is how it is, then that's the end of the line for us. You know what I mean?
You were using him to get the job, and then when he told you that you probably weren't qualified in not so many words, you were over it.
I wasn't using him to get the job. I was using the drinks as a networking opportunity.
Yeah. In other words, yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's pretty much what happened, right? You just wanted to go out, and then once you felt like he was telling you you weren't material for their company, you're like, okay, well, I don't want to go out with him on a date again.
And I don't want to, lead him astray if he wants other things from me that
Perfect.
I cannot give. I mean, that's how you play the game.
Yeah.
Am I right?
No, you're right. Yeah. It's all about connections and stuff like that. And I don't think you should lead anybody astray ever. That's why I'm going to tell you that Jack is on the phone with us right now.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Jack?
Hey.
Oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. This is bullshit.
Well, at least now he knows what the deal was, Michelle.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I guess now you know what the deal is, Jack.
You could have just texted me back.
I do, but you seem like the kind of guy that would take any sort of feedback as encouragement, and I don't want to encourage you, like straight up.
How about just, hey, I had a good time too, I don't want to go out again?
I mean, I did have a good time, but I'm not going to be your girlfriend. I'm not going to you if that's what we're talking about.
Wow.
Or you could have texted back, I don't think I'm going to be able to use you to get that job.
At this point, it just went downhill from there, turned into a whole roasting battle.
Yeah, maybe I should have. Maybe I should have texted back to you. I'm sure you would have taken it really well since you're the kind of weirdo who puts girls on the radio instead of being a damn grown-up and leaving me the alone.
Wow, that escalated quickly, Michelle.
I mean, this is inappropriate. I didn't know, like, I would have presented this very differently if I had known that this dude was on the phone, and that's inappropriate not to let someone know and to put them on the radio. Like, I don't even know how that's legal. Like, I don't even know why I'm still on the phone with you guys, because
you do know
this
that
is
you're...
up.
You're probably still on the phone because you don't have a job to go to.
He said
Michelle-
that you were still up for the position right now.
Oh, there's not a chance she's going to get it. You should see her resume.
The closet coming out.
Wow, all right. So both you guys are obviously just upset at each other.
Oh, yeah, no, it's cool, because I thought I wanted to work for this company, but obviously don't want to work for a bunch of freaks who stop girls' emails from their resumes and then ask them out on a date. I can get a job somewhere else.
Just a little tip, Comic Sans is not the font you want to use on a resume.
Yeah, thanks for your feedback. I appreciate it.
Wow.
Michelle, at this point, I would love to ask if you'll go out on a second date with Jack. You guys can discuss new business opportunities. Just call it a new business meeting. How about that?
Not working again.
Like I said, I don't even know why I'm still on the phone with you people, and of course I'm not going to go out with this ass.
Maybe someone listening has a
Yeah.
job opening that'd like to hire you instead.
Dude, Michelle's a go-getter.
She would be so much fun at the Christmas
Yeah.
party.
Jack, would you like to go out with Michelle again after hearing this conversation?
Well, no. However, I will let Michelle make my latte for me when she gets that other job.
Whoa, Jack.
Chances are, if she had entertained him for a while, then he'd have worked towards getting her into the company, and once she was in and settled, then she'd give him a reality check. She doesn't see where it is going. This is the problem with going after distressed women who are in dire situations, desperate if you may like, which includes women who believe they're running out of time to either get married or have children, or those who want to immigrate into your country, for example.
Well, a coffee shop is certainly a popular place for couples going out on a first date, but some opt for a big fancy dinner.
And it turns out a surprising number of women only date for the free food.
As many as 1 in 3 women have admitted to this. And according to a study behind that number, it seems that sometimes a girl's just gotta eat.
As if the familiar term booty call wasn't cringeworthy enough, a new expression has been coined to describe a person who chooses to go on a date with the sole purpose of a free meal. Say hello to the foodie call.
I don't know if I could ever say, like, I used a guy for that, but, you know, there's perks to the dating life.
A study performed by researchers at Azusa Pacific University and UC Merced found that, quote, 23 to 33% of women surveyed had engaged in a foodie call.
I think it's just common because most women, sometimes if you have nothing to do and you're invited on a date, then why not?
When I was dating, I remember it was almost expected and a norm, actually, to pay, for the man to pay for the bill.
Invited was the key word used by many we spoke with, saying that whoever initiated the date should at least offer to pay, but that splitting the bill wasn't a deal breaker.
I can split a bill. It doesn't really matter to me because I have money to pay for a meal.
If you're just like kind of just meeting for the first time or something, maybe, you know, you want to just split it just because.
Because I don't want to make it seem like I'm using him. So if I know I'm not going to see him again, then I'll pay for it and let that be that.
This study focused primarily on heterosexual couples, but Match.com surveyed LGBTQ singles and found 62% to be in favor of the person who initiated the date footing the dinner bill.
Well, here is the zinger. Researchers in this particular study found that people who were likely to participate in foodie calls were also likely to have negative personality traits such as narcissism and more likely to engage in other kinds of deceitful behavior. So bottom line, using people just isn't really a nice thing to do.
Good. Baby, I love you, but can we go to Zahav?
Yeah, it's the best.
I'll go out with you if you can get us a 7:15 on Saturday night.
There we go.
Shame.
Salad before. Alex.
Thank you, Alex. Appreciate it.
I'm sorry, you're the only man at this table. Why are we doing separate checks? It's all women here.
I'm not responsible for paying everybody. I got the birthday girl.
You invited everybody. You invited all of us.
I didn't invite you. Ernestine invited you. I'm responsible for who I brought.
Okay, you're the only man at the table. I'm sorry, hold on. We was all doing Russian roulette, paying with credit cards and all that. Now all of a sudden you want to split checks? We doing split checks, bro?
That was 2021.
Y'all
okay?
wait.
Things were different.
Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. This is my birthday, for real. Okay, like you're the only man at the table. You're not gonna pay the check? It's $700 for this whole table, and it's my birthday. This is your best friend.
$700.
It's only Shan. You being cheap. Are you kidding me right now?
If that was the case, I'd have just took you out.
Trey, are you gonna let him sit here with a whole table full of women? It's not his responsibility. And when y'all get a husband, y'all are so embarrassing. No, I'm not paying for anything. He's the man at the table. He needs to pay. No, because I'm saying that's ghetto talking about split checks. I don't do that. I don't split checks. That's really ghetto. You get money, like you're just supposed to take care of stuff.
So, how are we splitting up the bill? I mean, should we split it 5 ways?
You want us to split the bill?
Yeah.
Are you trying to make me look bad in front of my friends?
What? No, of course not.
Then why are you asking my friends to pay when you took us all out? God, it's so embarrassing.
Well, I asked you out to dinner, and look, I'm totally cool with paying for your meal. But you're the one who brought along 3 friends.
Because I wanted to show off my new boyfriend. I wanted to make my friends jealous. But I didn't know you were so cheap.
Your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Really?
Of course, silly. I'm crazy about you.
Okay, I'll cover it.
Yay. Okay, girls. Okay, crisis averted. Kevin said he's happy to pay.
Aww. Thanks, Jessica. I mean, Kevin.
It's not a problem. But I'll be right back. I have to use the restroom, so.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye. What a loser.
I can't believe you fell for that. You are a genius. Told you it would work. I mean, do you see how hot I am in this dress?
True.
Of course it was gonna work.
Not only did you convince him to take us all out, you also got him to pay for our meals and our drinks.
Sweetie, can you add another bottle to the bill before you ring it up? I'm still a little thirsty.
Of course.
You gotta stay hydrated, girls.
Well, I had such a great night tonight. Thank you. Oh. Thanks.
You know, actually, I think I'm gonna go home with my girls tonight.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, no, I just figured because I picked you up and brought you here that I could also do.
Oh my gosh. And that is the sweetest of you. But, no, Vanessa. I'm just kind of going through something right now.
Oh.
I just have to be there for her. You know, to be a good friend. You understand, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I hope it all works out.
Rosie.
He's gone.
Oh, God. Oh, my goodness.
thought something was gonna happen.
She thought you were getting this car.
The moment she isn't in that dire situation anymore, then you're useless to her. The problem with a lot of men is, when approaching a woman, we often lead with nice gestures, which is obviously desirable for women because hey, who doesn't want people doing nice things for them just because?
Taken in the context of women and dating, women are generally attracted to qualities that are disadvantageous to men, in this case being generosity that is costly for the man. It is not uncommon for you to hear women put a price on what an ideal date should cost, with the more the man spends being somehow associated with the amount of love they hold for the recipient.
So he knows I'm going to lunch.
He knows you're
He
going to
knows
lunch.
my vibe. He knows how I like to move, and he only sent $30.
I'm not going to bend over backward for a man that is just sending whatever he can. If I'm talking to him, next time I'm out and he says, oh, you need something for lunch, I'm going to tell him, it's okay, somebody already sent me $100.
Okay. If we're being completely honest, right here, right now, we've all eaten lunch for $30.
Yeah.
Let's start
100%.
Wait,
Cute little cafe spot, baby.
I
Yeah.
lunch for $17. I need to snap us and get something popping, but
we're not saying that we're ungrateful.
Right.
Food is food on the table. However, you know what the standard is.
Correct.
Me in that situation, handling it with grace. Thank you so much, baby. I'm so appreciative. I'm going to still take a picture of that bill and I'm going to send it to him. Thank you for the 30. That was the tip.
Also, men, if you know that you cannot give $30 or if it's hard for you to give, then you need to date within
Don't
your...
date.
You
not
can
date.
date. No, you can.
Do not date.
But date with the woman that, number
not
one,
date.
does not have that expectation. Or number two, it's in that range.
Standing on the train and look at all these men. What happened to giving up your seat for women? No man gives up your seat. Excuse me, are you going to get up?
What?
Are you going to get up?
Are you pregnant?
No.
Are you for equality?
Yes.
Then fuck off.
Does generosity, especially towards strangers, signal good character or the ability to dispense resources? The relationship between altruism and cost signaling explains why women believe that they're entitled to generosity without reciprocity, and that goes for both strangers and romantic partners.
I just had to drag my AC out of my car to my apartment building. 3 guys passed me. None of them offered to help. None. 0 out of 3. Why? Because you couldn't lift it? You were too scared to lift it? Is that why? Am I intimidating? Am I more masculine than you?
I was struggling to bring my TV, fit it into my car. It was in a big box. It's a 55-inch. It could barely fit into this car. I'm sitting out here struggling to get this in my car. Men are walking back and forth. No one is trying to help me.
Yo, what is up with men? Here, but I'm generally speaking about why do men have a hard time helping women? Something that I have observed not only in my personal life, but literally in the outside world, because I'm a watcher. Men will stand there. The women will have all the bags, the kids, the suitcases, the luggage. She'll be doing everything, and he's just standing there. They'll just be standing there, like just watching the woman suffer as if it brings them some kind of pleasure. From my perspective, it looks like that, because I'll just be looking, and I'm just like, anybody would help that woman right now. Why are you just standing there? Y'all are the men.
If altruism is desirable for women, it should affect desirability in both long-term and short-term relationships. Particularly, altruism that signals character is important for long-term relationships because in short-term relationships, the partner doesn't get to experience the actor's good character. Men and women want altruistic partners, that is, those who are generous and of good character. However, it makes a lot of sense that altruism is something women are constantly looking for some reasons. In humans, women carry the greater burden of parental investment through pregnancy, and as such, they are choosy with their partners. Women being the choosier sex means that men are more likely to benefit from signals of good character, such as altruism and generosity. Basically, women being in greater control of their sexual desires means that they get to expect altruism, especially generosity, without offering it in return. Think of strangers, short-term relationships, boyfriends, and to some degree, husbands. Women exhibit some complexities when it comes partner selections, with the choice of physically attractive mates in their reproductive years, while they pick the altruists later on in life.
Nice guys or bad boys?
Nice guys.
Nice guys.
Bad boys. Bad boys.
Nice guys.
Bad boys with nice manners.
Probably nice guys, I'd say.
Nice guys. Nice. Nice guys. Nice guys to marry, bad boys to date.
Nice guys do not always finish last.
No, they don't, because I'm telling you right now, like, the guy, my boyfriend right now.
He's a sweetheart. But what did you told me this recently. You were like, do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say, you said, like, usually this is not who I go for.
No, it's not. It's not my type.
Right, but like.
Because of the nice guy thing. He's not my type. Also, like.
But you're also 25.
Right.
So now you're mature enough to realize.
But I'm saying, so like, I'm ready to like settle down in my life type thing.
And that's normal. Like that, this is the transition. Now that you're at an age where you're like, okay, I actually want a husband, you're going to be looking for a nice guy.
But then you look at that situation, like, don't you want to be the nice guy? Like, don't you want to wait for that girl? Like, do you really want to be the douchebag that girls hook up with on her road to find the nice guy?
That's a good point. You're right.
Like, why not just be the nice guy and find that person?
Yeah.
And not have all the baggage behind you.
Yeah, you're right.
While nice gestures aren't a bad thing, as a man, you gotta direct nice gestures to people who are interested in you. And not just interested in you for something very specific, people interested in you for you. In this regard, men, listen and listen closely. I know you like women who are in survival mode. Heck, a good chunk of them actually are, because they're low-hanging fruits. But remember this, the moment she ain't surviving anymore, then that relationship, or whatever you two had, is done. Whenever you meet a woman, take time, listen to her, listen to what she's constantly bringing up. In the case of the audio we listened to, she constantly talked about work on the date, so there was your red flag. Don't just hear the women, listen to them and listen carefully. And more importantly, don't invest in chasing a woman because then you're setting yourself up for, did I ask you to? Even if I did I force you to? Invest in keeping a woman. At least there's a certain degree of expected reciprocity there, except for those entitled women who believe even relationships are purely about them.
Anybody trying to date me, my bills are your bills. Don't care whose car it is. You're trying to date me. You're trying to take a load off of me. So my car is your car for the bills. I don't simple. You're trying to date me, so my bills are your bills. Period.
Check this out.
So I have zero shame in telling a man that after 3 months you are paying my bill, and if you're not, bye-bye.
Oh, you think he gonna be mad? Girl, you doing him a favor.
7 billion people in the world. If you can't do it, somebody else will. So I have no shame. I'm kind of sort of trying to find somebody to bring me food.
So why you still looking?
Talking to a guy and I said, yeah, after 3 months you pay my bills. And he said, no.
What you thought he was gonna say?
Like, a guy knows. Like, oh, if I really like her and she's not crazy, yeah, I would pay her bills. Maybe I threw it out there too soon.
Maybe you shouldn't throw it out.
Men don't understand the investment and the benefit and how we're trying to make sure that we're not getting played. I can't help you, men. Don't talk to us. You're not the one. We're not talking to brokies.
Girl, you sound like the brokey. You sitting there begging somebody to pay your bills. She is the exact reason why men are choosing to stay single.
Just like the way that like traditional dating has like faded out, it's like now we have to make it like unnormal for like a guy to like do the things that they like did before.
What were the things women did before?
Exactly. I don't know. I mean,
you said you were desirous of traditional courtship, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you know what that looks like from a guy's end?
What do you mean?
Okay. So asking you out, taking initiative,
that's like
planning the date. Wednesday, 7 p.m. I'm taking you here, picking you up. What were the women's traditional roles?
I don't even know. That's actually a hard question. I don't even know. Like, it's like, I feel like in the beginning stages of dating, like, there's not a lot, like, a girl can do just besides, like, I mean, really just, like, show up.
When did Valentine's Day become a day for men? When I was growing up, in my era, Valentine's Day was not for no man. I wish the fuck we would try to buy something for a man. It was going to be a problem.
My 3 boys were asking me, Mom, what are you getting us for Valentine's Day? And I said, nothing. Valentine's Day is for girls. They look, I know we have to do things for school because everybody has to be treated equally. But in reality, in the real world, in this home, Valentine's Day is for girls. It is the man's job to do for the women. My oldest was like, that's not fair. I guess I'm just going to have to get over it when I'm older.
The moment you're investing in the pursuit, any expectations you have are plain entitlement, and they'll call you out for being entitled.
I think that there is an epidemic of male entitlement towards female bodies. It's a global epidemic, and it's something that we need to address.
In such a case, you're never winning. Stay toxic, kings.